The angry video game nerd, aka James Rolfe, is a basement-dwelling, ADD-ridden, nerd-rigid, fecal-philiac furry who creates long-winded, monotone gamma trailers.com videos where he reviews bad video games and, extending to his YouTube account, films. Instead of actually reviewing the games like a professional slapstick author, video game reviewing is serious business. He just yells infantile cuss words, about at a 12-year-old's level, at his television screen. You, the viewer, find this hilarious. Most of them roughly consist of off-key utterances from some shit-eating, whacked-out autistic chug. For example, what the fuck? What the fucking fuck? What a piece of fuck. At the end of a review, he repeatedly talks about topics surrounding shit, such as how he longs for the game to be over so he could milk a bull's asshole, or his own, inside out, take a shit on a game, or simply talk about shit itself. Because really, nothing is funnier than doing the same joke over and over again. He also takes a swig of a beer bottle every 3 seconds in his videos to prove to people that he's a man, when really he's only trying to wash out the taste of cum from his mouth. What kind of a complete antisocial, perma-virgin would actually wear this shit? Angry Nintendo Nerd has officially changed his name to Angry Video Game Nerd, Avgn, so he wouldn't get sued by Nintendo for making shitty shirts with his catchphrases on them, thereby associating Nintendo with this shizoid, liberal bullfuck phenomenon. It should be noted that regardless of this legal genius, he still has an IQ dwarfed by that of the average 4chan user's left testicle. However, despite the explosion of angry internet reviewers that shat out all over YouTube after his generating fame in 2006, James has maintained a meek, friendly, and down-to-earth visage when interacting with his fans through vlogs or conventions, unlike other reviewers and conglomerates, whose egos have inflated to a size comparable to Jervinal's total body mass to this day. However, it is speculated that under this guise of a shy and soft-spoken internet celebrity, James, deep down, is most likely a homicidal maniac who'll slash a bitch's throat the first moment his temper is tested. Although it is true that most of the games he reviews are complete and utter horseshit, his reasons for hating them mainly boil down to him sucking capital S at video games. It appears the angry Nintendo nerd, fugly Famicom faggot, has reviewed every old game that you've never heard of, and that his shit-related phrase count is well over 9,000, to the delight of no one. It seems to be funny to 99% of the world when someone adds fuck at the end of a word and pretends to suck at video games, similar to how the Tourette's guy pretends to suck at life, which is kind of ironic since both him and the ANN talk about having sex with animals. For example, Kakataki bullfuck. Now that was some major loss, am I right? How about shitload of fuck? Not just a load of fuck, but a shitload of it. How does he come up with this stuff? Some in beginning of April 2007, because the furfag retard's Gamma Boy's account got all their followers to mark all his videos as inappropriate. YouTube started removing the ANN's videos obviously because he sucks a snail's ass at being lulz warsy and rather ends up looking like an extremely annoying ADD-ridden 12-year-old who can't figure out how to work a fucking joystick. You know, the ones that come with instructions. Because Viacom loves hearing the word fuck after everything that has a pulse, their puppet state known as Gamma Trailers decided to exclusively show his reviews. If they wind up on YouTube, it's terrible, because then Screwattack is losing money that they could spend on pirating Avgn's movies on Dailymotion with their own shitty commentary. It's only stealing if you get caught, am I right? The nerd posts his older reviews on his personal account for those who want to relive his glory days. It should be noted that the ANN quit his minimum wage paying job at Wendy's to devote the rest of his days to ANN. He was quoted by employees as saying, "I'd rather have a buffalo shove a saber laced with shit up my ass while I'm watching a Buffalo Sabres game than work this drive-through." At which point he was told to STFU and get back to sucking the manager's dick for his severance pay. When it was announced that the old arthritic bitch, Sylvester Stallone, was making a pile of shit epilogue to the Rambo series, the AVGN joked that the title would possibly be John Rambo. Well, the joke was up his ass when the title was, in fact, John Rambo. Fan faggotry versed like a hymen under a needle, and people started lolling under the irony, even though at the end of the video, he said that he was just fucking around, making the lols vanish instantly. Eventually, the Avgn got tired of people who mindlessly loved him. Yeah, right. And in his Texas Chainsaw Massacre review, he raped the community by having his furry guitar hero mimic the people. This naturally felt like being penetrated through the ear by Avgn, so a portion of the community left his bitch-shackling nature and have taken up the cause of ED. When fans pointed this out on YouTube, Mike Meddy blocked them and deleted their comments out of butthurt. And thanks to ED pointing this out, the very same review now requires approval for comments. As James Rolfe's masochistic right-hand man house nigger, Matty is responsible for cleaning up comments on the James Nintendo Nerd YouTube account, drawing pretty pictures of the nerd for his videos, yelling at the irate gamer every other week, and getting the living shit kicked out of him every time the Avgn does another video. So far he's had the shit kicked out of him as Jason Voorhees, Freddy Krueger, Bugs Bunny twice, simultaneously satisfying the Avgn's massive furry fetish, Michael Myers, and the Joker. However, it is believed that Matty is biding his time and waiting for the Emperor Nerd to let his guard down so he may usurp him and rape him to death and take over his game reviewing empire. It is also believed Matty secretly keeps Rule 34 versions of his images with him and the nerd in various awkward situations. At one point the comments section on Nerd's homepage was easily trolled by allowing you to log in with a Twitter or Facebook account. However, if you chose this method you could expect a flood of notification emails about someone attempting and failing to hack your profile. Due to excessive trolling after 2 people left negative comments, Mike changed the format back to having to register with a site. By doing so, he shot himself in the foot, as now he only gets about 10 comments a day of people kissing his ass as opposed to over 100. Mike Maggie's sexually deprived mind, aka Mike Maddie's Elmo, in Grouchland commentary. While James was off working on his movie, Mike Maddie did a commentary on Elmo in Grouchland. The 9-minute torture-feast consists of Mike poorly imitating Elmo, talking about sex every minute, not understanding what Sesame Street is all about and laughing at his own poorly made jokes. Surprisingly, a small fraction of fanboys of the Avgn miraculously grew a few brain cells and realized that this shit was horrible. Although the dislikes were much fewer than likes from the brainless fans that click like it without even watching, the amount of dislikes was unheard of for a video uploaded to James' YouTube channel, not to mention the lot of negative comments. Mike couldn't allow this, and after making comments approval only and deleting all negative comments, then disabling ratings, finally pulled the video from YouTube altogether. This massive display of butthurt caused a noticeable outrage. Since Mike tries so hard to hide this pathetic video, even though you can find it on Cinemassacre and everyone's opinion on it, any mirrors of it will disappear due to copyright. Just when things couldn't get any worse, on TED-Tubes, the angry Nintendo nerd decided to rape the internet's one fine July afternoon exactly 3 months after an Hero Day for the lulz. The result of this rape was the first ever bastard child of the internet's, rightly dubbed as ANN ripoff number 1. When this bastard child was able to grow a penis several weeks later, he then proceeded to rape the internet's in a fashion that would make a samurai the common hero. As the internet's got AIDS by all of the raping of it by YouTube, the ANN ripoffs then decided to have incest and fuck each other to express their sexual lust for the bad games that they review. Hence, the ANN ripoff population has grown to a level that's over 9,000. This devious process has gone unchecked by YouTube, as the admins are too busy stroking it to all those underage girls making out on webcams. That, or they're all from West Virginia. The Avgn ripoffs have pissed off the internets. All hell has broken loose as the merchant from Resident Evil 4's power level goes over 9,000 and takes his anger out on an 80s CD player, tries to butcher up the ANN concept with his NES he got 2 days ago and by being overweight. FUCKINGFATTY. Alexander 4488. The nerd-inspired game reviewer who is less known for his appallingly bad, disgraced game reviews, giving the word dude a shitty name, and much more known for his self-fellating advertisements on every gaming website known to man. Like another egotistical game reviewers, he goes to film school and fancies himself as the second coming of the Avgn on YouTube. His blatant egotism came to head as a group named Films for Fustularians riffed on one of his videos. Being absolutely batshit insane, he came to his own defense in a barrage of video comments where they actually outnumber the number of views the video has. Safe to say, his sheer butt generated great ults for those who witnessed it. In one Avgn video he is seen giving his angry look at a Mischief Maker's cartridge. This caused rage on /v/ as they thought he had or was going to make a review video for Mischief Makers. It turned out that it was just filler footage for an intro and /v/ trolled themselves into thinking otherwise as the Avgn has not stated that he intends to review the game Suspension. Last week YouTube suspended the Avgn account. No reason was given, but lots of ults and bowing were seen among the Avgn fanboys. This later turned out to be the result of Game Trailer's own incompetence. Apparently, Game Trailers was too stupid to figure out that the one posting the angry video game nerd videos was, in fact, the Avgn himself and made copyright complaints. In the war zone, that is the YouTube, video game reviewers and their rivals have spawned many 12-year-old jihadists who would otherwise be vandalizing ED, 4chan or other mean people who make fun of their idols. Prison Break 72020, Vandal unanticipated and hero. Feel free to leave him a message on his latest ED account user, Vukfaro, or his new YouTube account MAXPAYNETRODUCTIONS account closed. Ironically is also irate gamer Nazi. Probably not an epic double agent. Thinks he's black, even though the picture of his mug is shown at the top of his own article. Pretexpectations 320, once a minor fanboy who evolved into the unholy avatar of a lulscular and meme smasher. Chicken 61, an Avgn housed black person and pedophilic furfag who enjoys masturbating to videos of kittens and 13-year-old boys. Of course, dedicating yourself to defend 12-year-old YouTube users with unfunny game reviews from these people makes you one with the A's. 2010, James Rolfe jumps the shit shark while letting slip some diarrhea. Beginning in spring 2010, Rolfe began doing Avgn videos once per month instead of once every 2 weeks, supposedly to promote his other Nobody Gives a Shit series, Boring Lame Bored James, and in spite of doubling his per video production time there was no noticeable improvement in quality. Judging by his reviews of Cheetahman and Zelda II, along with his piece on game glitches, he is fast approaching the irate gamer's trademark variety of ultlessness. And instead of Avgn videos, James Rolfe is incessantly shitting viewers with photo evidence that he visited the filming locations of B-list horror movies. As if that weren't enough of a diarrhea dump for his viewers to have to endure, he's been uploading shitty vlogs from E3 and Comic-Con, proving that without a script Rolfe is near inarticulate. In addition, he sporadically uploads video reviews of pre-1990s movies which, conveniently, he has stopped indexing under movie reviews, forcing fans to work backwards through Cinemassacre blog archives just to figure out what he's done over the past few months. Other recent highlights on Rolfe's website Cinemassacre indicate that he's going in the same direction as Spoonie, becoming increasingly vlog-centric, inconsistent, and self-aggrandizing in his overall content. These highlights include a look back at all the trash concert ticket stubs he's collected, which basically amounted to Rob Zombie, Korn, Rob Zombie, Tool, Rob Zombie, and other 1990s mainstream emo fag rock that most people stopped liking as soon as they surpassed the age of 14. Appeals to his international audience to spam the online ballot box in a Philadelphia-based videographer competition in which he is competing against small, local wedding photography studios. Indie horror videos in which he plays a character based off of James Rolfe. Poorly. Original videos where he dresses up like a 13-year-old boy. Boring lame. Bored James, and talks about his favorite board games that he used to play by himself growing up. A 5-part video series where he reads some shitty paperback tie-in book for Mega Man II, with all the range and emotion of Keanu Reeves. Top 10 movie lists of increasingly obscure and smelly subject nature. Top 10 William Shatner movies, anyone? His home videos when he was a little boy that according to him are part of his filmography. a Christmas review that consisted of him replacing the words to How the Grinch Stole Christmas and nothing else. He has further confirmed his status as an internet celebrity on the decline by doing nothing but spewing random shit nobody except the spies cares about at all on his blog to keep his fanboys generating the page clicks needed to keep the ad revenue money rolling in, so he and Matt Matty can spend all their time in the basement together having butt sex instead of producing anything that could possibly be mistaken as creative. Last Thursday, a much-third ouch of intellect named Salieri, who quite obviously wrote this part of the article, made a valid video deconstructing one of Rolf's reviews as a part of his own series, Reviewing a Reviewer. In the video he compared Janus's declining quality with a lesser-known, yet up-and-coming, OCD nerd retro game reviewer named Rude. The video was taken down twice by Mike Matty. Upon this, Salieri was out and called a truce with Matty, because the internet is such a big SRSFKNDSNS war zone. Jesus fucking Christ almighty. However, due to numerous complaints from subjects of Salieri's Reviewing a Reviewer show and fanboys of said subjects, Yauchum terminated his old account. After seeing Yahtzee's hilarious attempt to cash in from his drooling fans and failing to do so due to internet backlash, James thought to himself, I'm gonna make a movie about my iconic and not at all tiring AVGN persona very soon. But I don't feel like spending cash directly from my own wallet or the thousands I already make from Blick TV, Cinemassacre, Yauchum, Gamma Trailers and Screw Attack. Shit fuck, what the hell? I'll ask my sheer AVGN fans for some quick cash. Sweet cow underdog shit, I'm a genius. Which he did. And asked for the grand total of $75K, despite now being part of the YouTube partnership, has already gotten donations from his fanboys before and is backed up financially from both Screwattack and Spigot.com. It goes without saying that James is really squeezing out all that he can gain from his beloved AVGN sheep without any regrets and will keep on doing so until the very last cent. It is unsure whether James would either collect all the monies and make a run for it without delivering any form of movie whatsoever, or deliver a movie so bad it would make you want to see the Fred movie and actually enjoy it, despite it being a messed up fame-fueled piece of junk that nobody cared about the second it was released. No matter how bad it was, at least Fred didn't beg his fanturds in order to make it. Although the AVGN fanboys surprised the internet by actually reaching the $75K goal in less than 10 days for a movie that's not even in production yet, James wasn't satisfied with the results. He wanted even more than the requested $75K in order to have a backup plan in case the AVGN movie is successful enough to have a sequel. In the end, he collected over $300K, with lots of fans vowing about them not being able to donate anymore, despite James receiving 4x the amount requested. Delicious drama, coming from both AVGN apologizers and former nerd fans, should fuel the interwebs with ults soon enough. The fundraiser didn't officially end at $75K, because James wanted the AVGN movie to be a fan-funded movie, so then he wouldn't have to pay those pesky investors who would risk their hard-earned money by investing in an obscure dime movie, project that's got higher chances of flopping than succeeding. He was so happy that he had promised all of his donating fans that they would receive an individual "thank you for the money is nice" vid for all of their efforts. They still haven't received this special video to this day, but AVGN fans are very forgiving. Barely a couple of hours later, the AVGN's crew posted this thank you vid involving James shitting all over a children's N64 game called The review was so shitty that it made Alexander4488 look like a competent reviewer. All of his drama in a nutshell, with his donation drive coming to an end, James decided that $325,000 just isn't enough for him, so as a last-ditch effort he decides to sell plushies of him and his side character Shit Pickle for $18 each, further capitalizing off his success. It's pretty obvious that his fanboys are going to buy these by the hundreds. What's next? Shit Pickle dildos? Also, I wonder where he got the money to supply those plushes.